I finished college with honors, then we bought a house, got married, and at this time I was teaching as a special needs teacher. 2 months later, after my mom passes, I found out that I'm pregnant with my son. I was so happy as a pregnant woman. Like, I had a happy pregnancy. I loved it. The stress of having a baby and then not dealing with the grieving of my mother's passing and stress of working full time, we weren't happy. So I decided that we were going to separate. Met another man, and he introduced me to the needle. Caught my first charge, stole from my family, lied, slept in my car. It ended up becoming a very violent relationship. An assault occurred, and it could have killed me. If I keep doing this, I'm going to end up in a ditch dead somewhere. If it's not from the drugs, it's going to be from a man or some other type of violence, or myself even.
I was adopted at 8.5 months old to my adoptive parents. They were loving, they were caring, but I felt like I did not fit in. I felt like I did not belong anywhere. I had a hole that I could not feel inside of my soul from my birth mom giving me up. I just was looking for something to take away my anger and my pain that I could not find relief from. I ended up getting pregnant at 17, and I was so happy because I felt like I finally had someone that was blood connection, that was mine. This is a piece of me, a family member that I have not ever had or could connect to in that way. I started dating men looking for love in the wrong places, and my parents took to give him a safe place. My addiction started when I realized I would not be getting him back anytime soon. It became my life when I wasn't at work. I felt like if I was doing 9 to 5 and paying my bills, nobody needed to know what happened behind closed doors. That wasn't their business. I got deeper and deeper into it. It ended up leading into arrest, and now I have a record as a felon.
I had been fired from my job at a hair salon for drinking at work. When I lost my job at the hair salon is when I realized that I didn't have any control over my drinking or my addiction. I hid my alcoholism exceptionally well. I found out when I got out the first time, and people had found out I went to rehab. They were like, "What did you go to rehab for?" And I was like, "Well, I've kind of been on a drinking bender for the last year."
In my last arrest, I was tired and I said, something has to change. And I heard about Haven through a brochure from the counselor in the jail.
I saw a brochure right by the door, and I was like, oh, and started reading it. It was beautiful. It was called Haven at Blue Creek, and I was looking, and I was like, there's no way this is free.
No way is this place free. Are you sure? Like, what's the catch?
And I asked one of the people working there, I said, is this really free? And she was like, yeah, it's really free.
They have horse therapy, and it's a mansion. Like, I've been staying in a 2-bed cell, and I'm walking into a mansion. I have a place to shower with privacy.
When I first got to Haven, I didn't realize how bad off I was. I thought that I had just drank one too many days in a row and had become physically dependent. I didn't realize how much deep-seated anger and self-loathing I had, and Haven took me at my worst, and they loved me till I loved myself. And they're still doing that for me today.
My heart was set on Haven. Something just told me that's where I needed to go, not just because it was beautiful, but because I also read that it was a women's program. And at that point in my life, I needed a safe place with women.
Men were a distraction for me. I was not having to focus on everything on the outside either. Everything that I needed provided for me was here. And it wasn't just, okay, you have somewhere to stay. It was counseling. In groups and therapy, I learned about what my character defects were, why I did the things I did, how to change those, what tools to use when I get out on the outside into the real world.
They have a chicken coop, they have a garden the girls can keep up on. They do cooking classes every week with the chef, and they learn about how to maintain themselves financially when they get out of Haven. They developed the barn so that when women graduate from Haven, they have a safe, sober living space to go to.
They helped me become a stronger woman. I had a lot of court dates regarding that domestic violence situation, and every single court date, someone was there from Haven. I never had to go alone. I never was alone. I'll never be alone again.
Haven is important for the community because it gives women who don't have any other options. They don't have to go back to that relationship. They don't have to live in fear of the consequences of their actions. They don't have to worry about being taken advantage of in other programs. They don't have to be scared of the fragile state that they're in. They can just be.
In 2018, I suffered a seizure as a consequence of abusing prescription medications. I was able to go to Florida and receive the best treatment possible for addiction. The gratitude that I felt for being able to receive such treatment, I wanted to be able to provide that for women in our area at no cost. My name is Colleen Ballett, and I am the Executive Director here at Haven and Blue Creek. We learn in recovery that we cannot do this alone. And just like we can't recover alone, we cannot provide these services at Haven by ourselves. That's why we're asking for your help. For every dollar you donate, the Ballett family will donate too. Every penny that you donate goes to these women in helping them to get back everything that addiction took from them.